people that may not have tried it because they were doing other things. Now that they have tried it, we've actually had, they've been back multiple times since. So this will be good into the future for us as far as a growing opportunity.
So if you do want to go out on the weekends, Buddy says show up early. If you can go out on the weekdays, there shouldn't be too much of a wait.
Hershey's is staying optimistic about Halloween despite the coronavirus. The holiday makes up about 10% of the chocolate maker's annual sales. The CEO told investors yesterday she hopes people will still find a way to go trick-or-treating, noting that it's outdoors and masks are popular on Halloween. Hershey says the virus will impact Halloween. They will just make less themed and promote products people buy for themselves.
Good chance you're going to notice some fog this morning. It is 517, upper 60s.
I drove through it in Xenia, and it was really, really thick, Jesse.
Yeah, it looks like many spots, especially south of I-70 this morning, are dealing with that thick fog, Xenia included, as well as southern Montgomery County, so Centerville down into Springboro, and then Lebanon down towards the south, as well as Wilmington. You're likely dealing with that thick fog that's kind of moving in and out at times. We see some light fog along the Bell Fountain Ridge up towards Bell Fountain, about 2.5 miles of visibility, so not nearly as bad. Yesterday we saw some rain. That's picked up the dew point temperature out there this morning. We're dealing with radiation fog. What happens is overnight we lose that heat from the day, release it through the atmosphere, so the temperature at the surface drops down, and with that rain, that soil moisture is evaporating some of that water. That's lifting up the dew point temperature. So as the temperature of the air and the dew point temperature, which indicates the moisture, meet together, that's where we start to see that fog forming, which is essentially the same process as how you see a cloud forming. Out there right now, nothing to see on live Doppler 7 radar aside from this little patch of green here, especially over Greene County. That's actually that fog, possibly some mist out there this morning as well. So Greene County looking at some really, really dense fog. Take a look at these temperatures around the Miami Valley. Kind of interesting. We have Greenville here at 63 degrees, but just off towards the north, typically cooler in Salina, it's actually 70 degrees. So some places that have recently seen that rain, that soil moisture is going to hold that temperature steady a little bit. Some places that maybe were a little bit drier are seeing those temperatures fall down. So one of the coolest ones out there off towards the west there, Greenville, Eaton, Richmond, and Winchester, all looking at slightly cooler temperatures than everyone else. This morning, it's actually going to be really nice. Just make sure you flip the lights on. Even after the sun rises, we'll likely see that patchy fog last a couple hours after the sun starts climbing up. But when those temperatures begin to climb, that's where we quickly are going to burn up that fog. In fact, already by 11 o'clock in the morning, right around 80 degrees. And overall, nice weather, a lot of sunshine. You're going to see a nice pool day out there today. So if you don't have any plans, nothing to do, it's a good day to go cool down. 86 degrees for the high. Just do watch out for an isolated downpour developing as we head towards the afternoon. Good news is I think most of us stay dry. This evening's looking really nice as well. We're going to drop through the 70s. Fairly comfortable, just a little bit humid out there for the evening, but with temperatures in the 70s, that's not all bad. So pretty good evening for a campfire. We may start to see some patchy fog begin to develop into the overnight hours tonight as well. I don't think quite as widespread as what we're seeing this morning, but just a few spots popping up there for Saturday morning. As far as the heat index values go over the next several days, we are on the climb. It starts to become quite uncomfortable there for Sunday and Monday, but thankfully a cold front will pass on by, and that will drop down that heat index back into the 80s as we head into Tuesday. And good news, it looks like we're going to see some comfortable weather that moves its way back in, even beyond the 5-day forecast. So next week, it looks like things are more comfortable with temperatures at or even below the average high temperature of 84 degrees. We do have that fog out there this morning. Sergeant Mark is keeping an eye on the roads. How do things look this morning, Sarge?
Well, Jesse, in spite of the reduced visibility in some areas, I haven't really noticed any slowdowns on the freeway, so some good news there if you're getting ready to head out. One thing I did notice was light volume so far. We're starting to pick up a little bit. The travel times, as I mentioned, are still good. Southbound 75 right now, I'm showing you 75 at Route 35. I was looking at the drive on South 75 from Interstate 72, Route 35. That's a 9-mile drive, and even with some fog out there, you can still make that 9-mile drive in 9 minutes. I'm Sergeant Mark Bauer in WHIO Team Traffic.
Sergeant, thank you. 520, 68 degrees. Coronavirus unemployment benefits are set to expire soon. What economists say could happen, those benefits are not extended.
I'm Lisa Robertson, and we're launching a special version of Local Steals and Deals. Shine